Journey back to the 1960s. It was a wholesome and innocent time, unless you count the antics of this lovely killer for hire. Hey everybody, Punisher.28 here, coming to you live once again with another Thursday review. And this week I am not reviewing another Star Wars themed book. Although my original idea for today was to review Princess Leia number 1, but I figured since Princess Leia number 2 came out this week, and the last couple videos I did were all Star Wars related. I mean, I reviewed Darth Vader number 2, Darth Vader number 1, Star Wars number 2. I figured this week I'd take a break from cramming Star Wars down your throats and go with something else. Although, within the next couple weeks, though, I'm not sure when exactly, I will be reviewing Darth Vader number 3, Star Wars number 3, and I'm even planning on doing a double review of both Princess Leia number 1 and 2. So, keep a lookout for that. But for today, I'm going with a mini-series that I'm just loving the shit out of right now. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm loving the hell out of right now. You never know, there might be little kids watching. It's from Dark Horse Comics, and that mini-series is Lady Killer. I'm loving the heck out of it. I read issue number 1, and I even reviewed it. So if you guys want to check that video out after this one, be my guest. And I loved it. And so yesterday, finally got around to reading issue number 2. And once again, I loved it. And I was like, oh, I got to review this book. So that's why today I'm reviewing Lady Killer number 2. So, for those of you out there who watch my reviews on a steady basis, you guys would know that I like to start with the cover first. So, let's check it out. Now, right off the bat, yes, I love this cover. I love it for 2 big reasons. One is a main reason, and the other one is actually more of a personal reason. The main reason why I love this cover is, and actually I love any comic book that could do this, is I like how they pick one solid color, in this case it being red, which is one of my favorite colors. They pick a solid red to be their background color, and they do it in such a way so all the other colors just really stand out at you, and it looks so good. So that's the main reason why I love this cover. The second reason is a more personal reason, and to some it may sound dumb, but I've mentioned in the past how much I love classic cars. Okay? And I love how they put an old car on the cover. I mean, I understand it takes place in the 60s and everything, so it's bound to happen that there's going to be an old car showing up on a cover somewhere. But in this case, I love how there's an old car on the cover, and, you know, you put a car with awesome tail fins on a comic book cover, and I'm sold. Sorry, but I'm gonna get it. I mean, there was a Marvel comic. I think it was a one-shot before the miniseries came out, and it was Avengers 1959. And I have the book. I'm not gonna go digging it out, but it's an all-white cover, and the team is sitting on I think it's a 57 Chevy, and the cover looks so cool. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's coming home. It's just because I love covers with old cars and stuff on them. So that's why, 2 big reasons why I love the cover, and all in all, it's awesome. They even make the dead guy in the trunk look like he just fits in. So, yeah, very cool. So now it's time to get down to what I like to call getting down to the nitty-gritty. Time to get to the actual review. So let me just grab my notes. And before I even get into the review, and this is where I'm sure all the subscribers who are watching this right now are going, okay, here we go, time to play the broken record. And again, I apologize, guys, but I feel, it's got to be said. So, this is aimed more at the newer subscribers or viewers to my videos. And that is, if at any time during this review or any of my other, previous reviews, you guys notice that I look up and down at the camera quite a bit, or, I'll look down and I'm just reading to you guys or whatever. The reason for that is, well, as you just saw, I have my notes in front of me. And the reason why I keep my notes in front of me, well, there's a couple reasons. The first reason, I find it helps the review move along so nice. Compared to some of my earliest videos where I had no notes in front of me at all, basically where I just used to wing the whole thing. It was very sloppy, very loosey-goosey. I found myself repeating myself a lot in my original videos, and it wasn't good. And so I started doing the notes, and I found everything started going much better. they just flowed so nice. So that's one reason. The second reason is, with my notes in front of me, let's say I'm on a specific spot and I get stuck, I could go to my notes and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's where I am. Compared to, me just repeating myself over and over and over till I finally remember what I was going to say, the notes eliminate all that. So that's reason 2. And reason 3 is basically, I was never good at, memorizing a chunk of text and then relaying it back to whatever audience I'm sitting in front of from memory. It was never one of my strong suits. So with the notes, it helps me out. So, if you guys are cool with that, awesome. We'll get through this review and we'll be on our merry way. Sound good? Alright. So first off, I'm going to give you guys the good, I'm going to give you some bad, and then I'm going to give you my overall thought, verdict, whatever you want to call it. Alright? So, first off, the good. The first issue of Lady Killer basically blew me away. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but the story by Joelle Jones and Jamie Rich, along with the art also by Joelle Jones and colors by Laura Allred, basically showed me there were still comic book ideas I wasn't expecting. It's not often a new book manages to, completely capture my interest in the way Lady Killer has. Our main character, Josie Schuler, is a seemingly innocent and wholesome housewife in the 1960s. She's running that, picture-perfect household, but she does have some, how can you call it, extracurricular activities that her husband and children are unaware of. I mean, she's a killer for hire. So, picking up where the first issue left off, and yet remaining new reader friendly, we see Josie going undercover for another mission. This book perfectly captures the feel of the time period. As you would expect, she's not the most likely killer. So that actually tends to work for her advantage, actually. As we see her going after her target, it's a great way to explore more of this world being set up. And just when you think you know where this issue is going, the book almost detours in another direction completely, showing that this book is not just a one-trick pony, uh, which is, really cool. um, the book has a really unique feel to it, and the story really, it pulls you in, and the art just, it pops off the page. It has an almost innocent feel to it, but then you realize there's a bit of violence going on at the same time, and it's such a strange mixture, and it just works together beautifully. So now, the bad. Uh, Hands down, the only bad thing about this book, or the only bad thing I gotta say, is this is a mini-series, and hopefully that'll change. Okay, so now on to the verdict. Pretty much, Lady Killer is a type of comic that you haven't really seen before. Although, I gotta add, one of the owners of the local shop I go to, when I first told him about the, premise, or whatever you want to call it, of Lady Killer, he was telling me that it almost sounded like another comic from a couple years ago, and I've seen tons of these issues in dollar bins and stuff. It was a title from Dynamite Comics, I believe it was Dynamite, called Jennifer Blood. And so I was curious about it. Still haven't checked it out, but I wanted to hear from any of you out there if you guys have read any Jennifer Blood, and if you could give me some info if it really is almost similar or whatnot. So at least I'd know ahead of time, and I don't have to worry about going blowing a couple bucks on 15, 20 issues from a dollar bin just to start reading them and be like, this is nothing like Lady Killer, So again, if any of you out there have read Jennifer Blood before, give me some info in the comments below and let me know. So anyway, moving on. So Lady Killer is the type of comic you haven't really seen before. We're introduced to a new world taking place in the 1960s, and Joelle Jones and Jamie Rich are creating the perfect mixture of the innocence of the 1960s, basically, wholesome feel, with the deadly world of a killer for hire mixed into it. Jones' art with Laura Allred's colors, once again, are simply fantastic. It's really hard to prepare yourself for pretty much the glory and the gruesomeness of this wonderful book. And hands down, I just can't get enough of it. To the point of, I think after I finish this video, come on, I'm gonna go read issue number 3. So yeah, super good. So anyway, this brings me to the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you like other videos like this one, take a look around my channel. I mean, I've got plenty of review stuff for you guys to watch for a while. I mean, I know some of them may run longer than usual, and I apologize ahead of time, but I mean, what can I say? I'm a guy who likes to go into detail, so yeah, if you're okay with that kind of thing, awesome. I got a lot of stuff for you guys to watch. Also, if you're into unboxings, even though I know a lot of people aren't, I am a subscriber to Loot Crate, and one of my promises that I made when I started this channel to my viewers and subscribers was every month when I get my Loot Crate, no matter if it falls on a Thursday or on a Wednesday, which is one thing I forgot to mention, when it comes to reviews, I do a review every Thursday and Saturday. Thursday being a current book, Saturday usually being a back issue, unless either a really hot book comes out that previous week, or I see something on the shelf that I pick up and it just really catches my eye, then I'll review it. But usually a Saturday's video is more for back issue stuff. So like I said, I forgot to mention that. But anyway, as for the unboxings, yeah, my promise when I started this channel was to my viewers and subscribers, every month when I get my Loot Crate in, no matter if it lands on a Thursday or a Saturday, instead of there being a review, I'll do an unboxing video for you guys. And also, if you guys are into little backstories and stuff on lame characters, well, every Wednesday I do a little series that I just started, and it's basically I pick a lame supervillain or superhero, and I give you guys their backstory, a bit of their biography, any powers and abilities they have, when they made their first appearance, who created them, other titles they appeared in, and so on. So if you guys are into that kind of thing as well, I got some of that stuff for you too. So all in all, if you like anything that I just mentioned to you guys, take a look around. Like anything you see, comment on anything you see. I really like when I get comments from people. Basically, it keeps that interaction between the both of us going strong. And before you guys leave, make sure to click that subscribe button. So also, basically, I'm going to do like usual. In the description below, I'll leave all my social media mumbo jumbo, where you can follow me on Twitter. I'll post a link for if anyone out there is interested in Loot Crate. There'll be a link. Go check it out. And yeah, that's that. And also, before I go, I gotta answer my question from Saturday. And my question to you guys was, what is your favorite comic book story arc? And so my favorite comic book story arc, if I had to pick a past story arc, let's see. If I had to go with Marvel, I would have to pick. So that's a tough one. One of my favorites, the whole Days of Future Past, done the proper way, the comic book way. I'm not hating on the movie or anything, just I'm going with the original way the story was written. So yeah, so Days of Futures Past. I mean, you can't go wrong with Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars and that. But yeah, Marvel has to be Days of Futures Past. If I had to go with DC, well, that's easy. Hands down, Crisis on Infinite Earths. And if I had to pick a current story arc, well, to be honest, I am really liking the Black Vortex story that's going on right now. Even though it's a crossover story and all that, but I'm really liking Black Vortex right now. And if I had to pick a story arc from Marvel that's finished already, I actually didn't mind Original Sin. Mind you, I read the core 8-issue story. I didn't bother doing all the tie-ins and stuff. But yeah, Original Sin, I didn't mind that. If I had to go with a DC storyline, Well, I didn't read God's Head. I didn't read any of that stuff because, there was a lot of stuff going on at the time when it was going on, so I didn't. That was part of the time when I was behind on my books, so I didn't really read God's Head. I'll probably wait till a trade comes out of that. But for DC, well, actually, a small story arc that came out a while back was Lights Out. That happened in the Green Lantern stories. Well, Green Lantern, Red Lantern, and everything. And I think it was like 4 or 5 issues. And I actually liked it. I thought it was done pretty good. So, again, that was just me. You guys might be sitting there going, "Oh, Lights Out, ugh, horrible," But I actually didn't mind it. So, anyway, and for this week's question, let's see. Okay, I want to know what your guys' most prized collectible is. Doesn't have to be a comic book or anything, but make sure it's kind of geeky related or whatnot. But I just want to know what your guys' most prized collectible is. And then on Saturday, I'll show you what mine is. Alrighty? So, that brings me to the end of this review. We're at like 21 minutes now, so I apologize for this going pretty darn long, but hey, what can I say? Like I mentioned before, I like to go into detail and I like to talk with you guys. So, anyway, before it gets too much longer and I start babbling and whatnot, I'm going to end it here, and till Saturday, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!